Invisible.
I am invisible.
Been invisible all my life. When I was a kid, I could go days, weeks, without being seen. Dirty brown dishwater hair and flat iron features wrapped in bad posture and functional shoes.
Spend years moving through the cracks and shadows of broken men and angry boys, too proud to ask for help and too arrogant to say thank you when you give it to them anyway.
A B student with a B cup from a sanitized suburb whose most extraordinary feat was a perfect attendance plaque and a Charlie Hustle Award at basketball camp.
Fierce, black, and strong, I watched the pride lion puff up and go out into the wasteland, only to come back home and then explode.
An upper middle class, middle of the bell curve. Too quiet to be
64, fantastic,
tragic, too boring to be bulimic. Forgettable flavor with an academic alcoholic dad and a trophy wife mom.
Fireworks filled with bravado and machismo, his wives and daughters circling his fire and soothing his burns, stroking his face and whispering sweet relief between the pounding between his ears and when the noise stops and darkness fills the room. I show up like I always do, with a bucket and a mop, bandage a baby brother's bloody hand, steady daddy as he pisses Hennessy into a jelly jar because he's too drunk to stand. I clean up the glass, lock the door, turn off the lights. Then I wrap Vaseline around my feet and put on impossibly puffy white socks and disappear underneath my sheets, my ashy skin now soft and serene.
So I try to make myself be seen.
Because I do not need to be seen.
From slut to goth to punk to priest to princess to yogi, I hijacked identities and wore personalities like Catholic schoolgirl skirts. Until they had to see me. Incomplete and stereotypical, silly and pathetic, like a dream catcher on a dashboard or a tattoo of the word hubris on the small of your back. Search and destroy. Damn the torpedoes, cut your forearm with a kitchen knife and blow away a coffee-stained guidance counselor. Be seen. Be obscene.
Because I do not need to be seen, I need to be heard. From baby cry to lullaby, life ain't about what you see, it's about what you hear. And when you're a 2-month cocoa brown baby girl left under a second-story walk-up, you need to be heard. So I cried until they heard me. And when your cousin takes you under the freeway and over the roar of the Kennedy, you need to be heard.
Be witnessed, be intervened.
So I screamed until they heard me.
Until one day an ordinary man makes an extraordinary effort, makes you feel smart and pretty.
Until I found my own voice, simple and clear, louder than you'd expect, and it was fierce, almost beautiful.
Enjoy being seen through his eyes. Stop sleeping with his friends and start sleeping with him. Get bored, get routine, get taken for granted, get honest about the fact that you never stop being invisible.
But now I have gone silent once again.
Until a little stick turns blue and 46 chromosomes turn you inside out for the whole world to see.
6 community meetings and 3 trips to the Cook County assessor, and I still cannot be heard.
Transform.
2 hours with a loan officer and a local news reporter, and I still cannot be heard.
Transcend.
An hour and a half with a tax bill and an alderman, and I still cannot be heard.
With your thick hair and your swollen ankles, your bloody gums and your sore back, until who you are is no longer what you were.
So every night I come home, silent and hoarse, having lost my voice again.
Tangible, fragile, dirty, brown, dishwater B student. B cup. Mommy. Something singular and specific, committed and authentic.
To say good night to a proud man who always listens but doesn't quite hear.
Even if you aren't sure.
When the house goes silent and the night is quiet, I whisper to Mama, tiny prayers and promises of survival that sound only like me.
Because for once,
I know she can hear me. And I know she loves the sound of my voice.
You need a place to be seen.